Chapter 1. The journey begins. Alex and Ben had been planning their jungle adventure for months, and finally, the day had arrived. They arrived at the airport with their backpacks and supplies, ready for the journey ahead. As they boarded the plane, Alex and Ben couldn't contain their excitement. They were going on an adventure of a lifetime, and they were going to experience the beauty of the jungle like never before. After a long flight, they arrived in the city closest to the jungle. They took a bus to the entrance of the forest, and as they stepped off, they could feel the humidity and heat of the jungle surrounding them. The friends set off on their journey, armed with their compass, maps, and a sense of adventure. They walked for hours, taking in the lush greenery and the sounds of the jungle. As the sun began to set, Alex and Ben realized that they had lost their way. They tried retracing their steps, but the paths looked the same, and they had no idea where they were. After a few hours of wandering, they found a small clearing near a stream and decided to set up camp for the night. They made a fire, cooked some food, and settled in for the night, excited to continue their journey in the morning. Little did they know that their adventure was about to take a dangerous turn. Chapter 2. Lost in the Jungle. As the night settled in, Alex and Ben sat around the campfire, feeling content and happy. They chatted about their plans for the next day and shared stories of their past adventures. But as the night wore on, they began to hear strange noises in the darkness around them. Alex and Ben tried to ignore the sounds, thinking it was just the rustling of leaves or the hooting of an owl. However, as the noises got louder and closer, they realized that they were not alone. They quickly gathered their things and tried to make a run for it, but it was too late. A group of wild animals, attracted by the scent of food and fire, had surrounded their campsite. Alex and Ben were trapped, with no way to defend themselves. The animals started circling them, growling and snarling, ready to attack. Alex and Ben tried to scare them off by shouting and waving their arms, but the animals were not deterred. In a moment of panic, they threw their backpacks at the animals, hoping to create a diversion. The plan worked, and the animals scattered, giving Alex and Ben a chance to escape. They ran as fast as they could, not looking back, and eventually stumbled upon a small cave. They quickly entered and collapsed, panting and sweating, relieved to be safe. But as they caught their breath, they realized that they were lost in the jungle, with no idea which direction to take. They had no food, no water, and no way of calling for help. Alex and Ben knew they had to come up with a plan if they wanted to survive. They decided to explore the area around the cave, hoping to find a source of water and a way out of the jungle. They walked for hours, trying to remember the landmarks they had seen earlier. They climbed trees, scouted the area, and searched for any signs of civilization. But as the day turned into night, they were no closer to finding a way out. They were tired, hungry, and scared. They had no idea how long they could survive in the jungle. With heavy hearts, they returned to the cave, hoping to find some respite from the dangers of the jungle. They huddled together, listening to the sounds of the jungle around them, wondering what the next day would bring. Chapter 3. Survival Instincts. The next morning, Alex and Ben woke up feeling hungry and thirsty. They knew they had to find water and food if they were going to survive in the jungle. They decided to explore the surrounding area once again. This time, they found a small stream nearby and collected some water to drink. They also discovered a few wild fruits and berries, which provided some much-needed sustenance. As they continued their journey, they came across a small village. They were overjoyed at the sight of civilization and hoped that someone could help them get out of the jungle. They cautiously approached the village and were greeted by the friendly villagers. They explained their situation, and the villagers offered them food and shelter. Alex and Ben were grateful for the help, and they spent the next few days resting and recuperating. They also learned about the local flora and fauna, which helped them survive in the jungle. After a few days, they felt strong enough to continue their journey. The villagers gave them directions and wished them luck. Alex and Ben set off once again, feeling more confident and prepared. They encountered many challenges on their journey, such as crossing rivers, climbing steep hills, and dealing with dangerous animals. But their survival instincts kicked in, and they persevered. They learned to adapt to the harsh conditions of the jungle and became more resilient. Finally, after weeks of wandering, they found their way out of the jungle. They were tired, dirty, and hungry, but they had made it. They were greeted by the sight of the city, with its tall buildings and bustling streets. They felt a sense of relief and accomplishment, knowing that they had survived the jungle and overcome many obstacles. Alex and Ben knew that their adventure had been a life-changing experience. They had discovered their inner strength and resilience, and they had learned to appreciate the beauty of nature. As they looked back on their journey, they felt grateful for the lessons they had learned and the memories they had created. They knew that their friendship had grown stronger, and that they had shared an adventure of a lifetime.